everyone, welcome to the weekly update. I'm back after a week of vacation, and I wanted to kind of start the update by showing you the rock room again. I know we talk about it frequently, but there are so many new rocks, so many new different designs that we work on every single day here. It is the perfect place to come at Fishy Business to grab one of the people, come in here and create your own design. I was just working on one this morning for a 4-foot tank, so it could be for a 75 or a 55 or a 90 or something like that. But it would be our greatest pleasure to help you design something really cool. Maybe your tank needs an overhaul. This is the place to do it. Okay, now that's out the way. Let's get on to the update. So guess what? Pond's back up.
Hey y'all, it's Diana with your plant spotlight of the week. This week we're going to be talking about some pearlweed. So the pearlweed is a great mid to foreground plant. If you let it grow out and get taller, you can put it in the back, or if you keep it trimmed, which is an option, you'd be a great mid-ground plant. These guys are relatively easy, just medium to high light conditions, and they're so cool looking.
Hey, it's Kevin. We have an amazing selection of freshwater fish this week and invertebrates as well as little frogs. I'm going to show you my choice picks. It was kind of hard for me to narrow it down and pick what I have picked because everything looks stellar this week. These are some beautiful fish right here. These are TAIWAN REEF HAPLOCHROMIS. Right now they're juveniles. They're already showing some color. Beautiful fish. We have in some beautiful red honey dwarf gouramis. These will stay small. They're not your traditional dwarf gourami that you normally see, such as the powder blues and the flames and so forth. But these will stay relatively small, not exceeding 2 to 2.5 inches. We have in some beautiful STIPHODON gobies. These are the rainbow STIPHODON. These fish usually forage around the bottom off of biofilm and uneaten food and stuff like that. Supplement their diet with some frozen Daphnia or baby brine shrimp. They may eventually take to a flake or a pellet as well. Scarlet BADIS is a really cool Asian import that we get in. They are a little nano fish. They don't even get an inch long. They can be a little persnickety so far as their feeding habits, so be prepared to try a frozen Daphnia, frozen baby brine, maybe some mini bloodworms or something like that in case they are being picky. We got an incredible batch of SERPAE tetras in. This is one of my personal favorite fish to cycle a brand new tank out with because they're pretty much industrial strength so far as taking an abusive amount of ammonia and nitrite. Not saying that they love it, but they generally can handle it. We have some adorable JAGUAR SYNODONTIS. These little fellows are probably about 1.5 inches. Will get full size about 4 to 5 inches. They would make a really good scavenger for an African cichlid tank. We have some really cute little peacock gudgeon gobies. These fish will usually top out about 2 inches maximum size, if that. They're classed as a nano fish. They work really well in groups of 3 or more. Not necessarily a shoaling fish, but a social fish. The Panda GARRAs came in amazing this week. This batch in particular came in really large for the price, actually. Well worth the $19.99. Got in a bunch of different types of CORY catfish in, because people love them. They work wonderful as scavengers in a community tank. These are the WOTROI CORY cats. They came in looking exceptional in my opinion. Here's another cool Asian import I got in. These are what I used to call skeleton cats. They're technically called glass cats. They're an Asian import. These guys get usually about 4 inches maximum size. We got in some really cute and adorable little African dwarf frogs. African dwarf frogs, I feel, are the best ones to put in your community aquarium. They are more of a little worm eater. They do really well off of frozen bloodworms off the bottom. Generally not one that's going to grab your fish, unlike the clawed frogs that get larger. If you want a really cool fish This is a tilapia BUTTEKOFERI. This is a type of cichlid, does best in South American water quality of a pH of 7.0 to 7.5. However, this one in particular is highly territorial. From my experience, all these fish are, but they are kind of like water puppies because they will greet you and wag their tail at you, but they don't like other fish so much. We have a lot of amazing imported Plecostomus this week, and it was hard to pick one to showcase, but I had to roll with the gold nugget. We have about 4 or 5 left. They look amazing. Excellent coloration on these.
Hi everybody. In light of the situation in Florida now with the elevated temperatures, the bleaching of corals, things like that, a lot of people have been commenting on leaving corals in the ocean where they belong. The concept is great. The reality is, Kevin asked me earlier to show him some examples of corals that we have in the store that are not aquacultured. We roamed around to about 14 different tanks and did not see any examples of the wild caught specimens beyond a few Recordia out of Florida. Almost everything in the store is actually grown in captivity and aquacultured. We were actually shocked. In the tank here next to me, this is Hayden's Pride and Joy. Almost all of these were grown from frags from local reefers. The only example of something that might not be considered an aquaculture would be the acans down here on the bottom. They are reproducing in captivity, and it is done, but typically they are imported out of the ocean. Everything else has been grown and fragged out locally. We were hard pressed to find anything that was wild caught and collected.
Pokescape 98, you are the winner of last week's mag float giveaway that Gracie showed. And this week, I'm going to talk about, instead of a product, some swag. So we've got some Fishy Business swag and maybe a couple extra goodies if you'll comment below and tell us why you like Fishy Business. We haven't done one of these in a while, and we want to put together a kind of cool little grab bag. So tell us why you like Fishy Business, and maybe you will win. And yes, we will ship this.
Today, we do a special series on a new product. We have BioKit Fresh. It's for freshwater planted tanks. So it's 10 biodigest for the bacteria, 10 biotrace for the elements, and 10 bioverts for the fertilizer. So 25% off on the store and on the website. Let's go.
Hey y'all, it's Diana with your saltwater portion of the weekly updates. I have a lot of cool stuff coming in this Friday that I'm really excited to show y'all, so make sure you stay tuned and check those out. These absolutely gorgeous fish here are the purple firefish. These are a type of goby. They're so stunning. I love the coloration on them. They're peaceful. They are great for any small nanofish tank as well. This adorable little fella here is the baby porcupine puffer. He is so cute. He's so tiny. He's so tiny. These guys will eat your clams, your shrimp, all that fun stuff. They do have a beak that you have to wear down, and they're meant for that. He is so camera happy. Ow. No, but anyways, he's adorable.
Yeah, they actually very.
This beautiful fish here is the yellow mimic tang. Now, as it gets older, it will turn into more of a chocolate color with some yellow details on him, but he will still look absolutely gorgeous, as he is a juvenile right now. We have another adorable little puffer here. This is the Valentini puffer. This guy will stay relatively small, not that much bigger than this. He still does have a beak though, so he will eat your snails, your crabs, shrimp, all that fun stuff. He's absolutely adorable. So here we have a Tamini tang. Now this is a almost full grown. He is absolutely gorgeous. He is one of the smaller tangs, so he will stay relatively small compared to the rest of our tanks that we get in. He is so pretty with those orange details on his fins. This gorgeous looking fish here is a ruby red dragonette. Like your mandarin gobies, he will eat your pods and stuff like that, but he is an absolutely gorgeous color. Alrighty, so we have a arrow crab right here. As you can see, this guy is kind of creepy, as Pat would say. but I think he's cool looking. This guy does a great job as eating bristleworms in your tank, so he's really beneficial to put in your tank if you're ever having an issue with them. This absolutely stunning fish will be the pintail fairy wrasse. As this little fella gets older, he will get a lot more coloration, getting some pinks, some yellows, and some oranges. As your regular fairy wrasses, he is peaceful for the most part. He will possibly nibble at any shrimp, stuff like that. He does love to eat those.
So it's been a while since we've talked about all the stands and canopies and really cool tanks that we have, but this is a great time to get a new tank. We've got a lot of super specials in here on a lot of different tanks. We still have some of the Fluval Flexes left at a super, super low price because of the amount we bought at the show back in March. And these are finally dwindling down to where we don't have as many. So if you want a really great deal on a tank, right now is a great time to come to Fishy Business and get them. Anyway, God bless. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you back here next week.
Scarlet BADIS is a really cool nano fish. They come from Asia. Really attractive little fish. And he's not wanting to show himself. We get in some really cute and adorable African dwarf frogs. These are the best ones suited really to go in your community aquarium. African dwarf frogs generally are not known as fish eaters like the the snail is going to get the frog, watch out. Ah. But as I was trying to say, the clawed frogs are the ones that generally will eat your fish, not the African dwarf frogs. They love bloodworms, and snails apparently love frogs.
This adorable little fella here is the porcupine? Porcupine, yeah.
Pokescape 98, at least I think it's Pokescape 98. I just want to see what it looks like.